Dear friends, welcome to the Wednesday Word on Wednesday the 24th of May. At the annual parochial church meeting on Sunday the 14th of May, after my review of 2022, I presented the results of the work that we've been doing on our 5-year vision and plan for the church. First of all, our vision. We believe that our current vision statement that we want to be a church which is passionate about Jesus continues to express our motivation for all that we do. Because we're passionate about Jesus, in the next 5 years, we want St Matthew's and the Minster to become a church which is, first of all, committed. We want everyone to be passionate about Jesus and fully invested in prayer, Bible teaching, worship, living out the gospel, and service. Secondly, we want to be integrated. We want to be a diverse group of Christians, meeting, worshipping, and doing life together. Thirdly, we want to be missional. We want others in our town, parish, and beyond to be as passionate about Jesus as we are, and for us to plan wisely as we continue to see growth. Fourthly, we want to be accessible. We want everyone who comes in contact with our church to have a clear way in, a clear route to investigate Christianity, and a clear route into small groups and service for those who are Christians. Fifthly, we want to be engaged. We recognise that everybody is being given gifts by the Holy Spirit, and we want to enable those who are passionate about Jesus to use those gifts in joyful service and mission. Sixthly, we want to be collaborative. We want to work with other churches and organisations as we seek to reach out and to serve our town centre. Seventh, we want to be sustainable. We want to become an eco-church and integrate sustainability into our teaching and practice. And then eighth, we want to be gracious. We have clear gospel convictions, and we want to hold these convictions with love and generosity to those who may not share our convictions. So, how are we going to achieve that vision in practice? Well, we've developed a number of strategic priorities for the next 5 years. And the PCC is committed to the following in the next 12 months. First of all, prayer. We're completely convinced that unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labour in vain. And that dependence on the Lord is expressed in prayer. So we want to make sure that prayer is embedded in every aspect of our church family life. That will mean making sure that prayer is well coordinated and communicated, that the church prayer meeting is a real priority, that prayer on Sunday is a central part of our services, that prayer ministry is available, and those with the gift of intercession are mobilised and organised. Secondly, community. As the church grows, it becomes increasingly important that we know and love each other as a church family. That means relationships between the three congregations need to be strengthened and deepened. We'll need a programme of events outside our Sunday services which keep us united with each other, enable us to welcome newcomers and to reach out into our community. Thirdly, growth. We've grown quickly over the last 12 months, and God willing, we hope we'll continue to grow. But this puts pressure on our church building, especially St Matthew's at the 10 o'clock. So we'll need to consider how we're going to increase our capacity, or perhaps use our other church buildings. The Minster is an obvious possibility, but it's not the only one. Growth also means integrating people into our church family, making sure that there is sufficient space in our small groups, children's work, youth work, and other midweek activities. We also need to ensure that we have sufficient resources in terms of staff and volunteers to support the growth in numbers. And of course, all of this means increased financial commitment. Next, gifts. This priority is closely related to the growth priority. As we grow and new people are integrated into the church family, we need to help them discover their gifts and passions and encourage them to be active in ministry. Existing church members need to be given the opportunity to reevaluate their gifts and callings. We need to find effective ways of helping people discern their gifts and offer training and support as people use their gifts. We want people to be able to discover if they are called to some sort of full-time ministry within the church or beyond. And we'd love to be a church which is regularly training and sending out people into ministry, as we have been recently with Lydia, Simon and Annie, Ollie and Anna. And related to all of this, We need to ensure that we have the right gifts within the staff team to lead a growing church and to discern and develop people's gifts. And then finally, reacting graciously. We are a church that holds to the authority of the Bible. At times, that puts us at odds with our society, which we're seeking to serve, and also the wider church. The current issue that we're dealing with at the moment is the bishop's proposals for the blessing of same-sex relationships. The PCC has recently supported my decision not to offer such blessings at St Matthew's and the Minster. But the way in which we disagree with each other is as important as the issues on which we disagree. This is because Jesus puts a very high priority on loving one another within the church family, loving our neighbours, and even loving our enemies. So we want to engage graciously with those with whom we disagree, rather than being dogmatic and harsh. And when those in our church family disagree about a particular